What is up, guys? Team Yugi Fields here with a deck profile, and today I'm coming at you with Traptrix. This is definitely one of the more fun decks that you can play for the format. It's not something that I would say is competitive, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit on the cheaper side and is really fun to play, I would definitely recommend this deck. So I'm just gonna hop right into this and showcase it to you. We have 3 Traptrix Mantis. Mantis is a searcher for your other Traptrix monsters. Just overall a really solid generic search card. 3 Traptrix Mermelio. Mermelio is also a generic searcher, but it searches for your trap hole cards. And in addition to that, it has the ability to pop your opponent's back row, which is really nice. We have Dianea, which the primary use that you'll get out of it is basically recurring your Traptrix monsters from your graveyard. That way you can continually make rank 4 Xyz monsters, which is very, very powerful and most of the point of playing this deck. Then I play 1 Atrax and 1 Nepenthes. I like having the extra names for the Sarah plays, that way you can summon them from deck. So I think that just playing 1 of each is more than acceptable. Then we have 3 Parallel Xyz. Overall, this card is part of your big combos that you can go into. Being able to open up a Traptrix monster and a Parallel Xyz automatically grants you a Sarah and a rank 4 Xyz monster, which typically you're going to make Rafflesia. That way you can avoid getting Nibiru, which is really nice. Then for the hand traps, we have 3 Ash and 3 Nibiru. If you've been watching any of my deck profiles lately, these are like some of the hand traps that I've been playing most, and I just think that overall they're the best hand traps to be playing. That's the monster lineup though. We'll hop over into the spells. I play 3 Pot of Desires. I think playing 3 of this card is completely correct. A lot of the cards that you play in this deck are 3 ofs, at the minimum 2 ofs, so you're not worried about banishing stuff for the most part, and it really doesn't impact you if you do, because you have other cards that can play around it. But obviously drawing 2 cards is very important. Double Cosmic Cyclone. Obviously this is for the back row removal in addition to your Mermelio being able to pop stuff. This card is just really good this format, especially against Eldritch decks. Then we have a single copy of Double or Nothing for the Utopia play. This does come up fairly frequently and it is one of your win conditions, so you definitely want to play the Double or Nothing. Moving into the trap cards, we have the Gravedigger's Trap Hole, which is how you avoid getting Nibiru. You make your Rafflesia, then if your opponent tries to Nibiru you, you use the Rafflesia to send this and negate the Nibiru's effect. And your opponent takes damage, which is even better. Then 3 Floodgate Trap Hole. I only play those 6 trap holes. I play the 3 Gravedigger and the 3 Floodgate. I think that's really all that you need. The Floodgate is really, really strong, especially having your Utopia double play and the ability to go into Pentastag on your next turn. It creates some really crazy OTKs. And we have 3 Compulse. I think that this is one of the best generic, like normal traps that there is right now in the game. I like playing this card in Altergeist a lot too, and I think it's really good in other like trap heavy decks. Overall, it's just a really good way to eliminate a card off the field, and the fact that we have it at 3 is even better. Then for the other, or I should say the last technical normal trap, is Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. If you open up this and a Traptrix monster, you also have a guaranteed Sarah and a rank 4 Xyz, which is really good. If you open up this, a Traptrix monster, and a Parallel Xyz, then you have a Sarah and 2 rank 4 monsters, which is even better. So definitely try and open that if you can. Make sure you're praying to the luck gods of drawing, and you'll get all the luck that you need. But the last trap that we play in here is just 2 Traptrix. It counts as basically any other trap in the deck, which is why I say that it's not like technically the last trap in the deck, because it's all the traps in the deck. But that is the main deck. We're going to move on over to the extra deck. We have 3 Traptrix Sarah. Obviously you want to max out on this. Card's just really, really good. The ability to special summon a Traptrix monster from deck when you activate a trap card is very powerful. And the fact that it's a link 1 is even cooler. 1 copy of Pentastag for the OTK. It's just a really good card, honestly. Then I play a small Nightmare package. I play the Phoenix and the Unicorn. The reason that I opted to go with these is because I am playing the access code talker, which you guys are basically going to see in almost all of my profiles from now on, is having the access code talker, because the card is just too good not to play right now. I think that playing this card in particular alongside the Phoenix is really powerful, because you just have the ability to go into more link monsters. That way you have the ability to do multiple pops, as well as give himself a large attack boost. Those are all the link monsters though. Moving on to the XYZ monsters, we have a pretty good chunk of them. So we have one Rafflesia and one Alamaris. I like both of these. I just think you only need one of them though. I don't think you need multiples. You know, it gets the job done with one of each. One Dweller and one Tornado Dragon. I think these are just like really good generic rank 4 Xyz monsters that most decks that can make rank 4 should be playing. My personal favorite is Time Thief Redoer. I think this card in this deck is insane, especially if you have Phantom Knight's Shade Brigandine on him. It basically gives him the ability to bounce a card, which is really powerful. Then I have the Utopia package, which is a double and a regular Utopia. I also decided to go for the Spicy Tech, which was the one copy of Lightning. The reason behind this is if you use your desires to banish your double or nothing, or you happen to draw your double or nothing, you can still make a Lightning with a regular Utopia, and it'll substitute for basically the same cause. It's not going to be as high of an attack, but it's still a pretty good chunk of attack, which is awesome. So that is the extra deck. Really simple, straightforward lineup, honestly, for Traptrix. It's nothing super crazy. But hopping over into the side deck now, there's a lot of traps in the side deck. Basically 12 cards in here are traps, which I'll go over all of them. But we have 3 DD Crow. DD Crow is just a really strong card against a lot of decks in the meta right now, and I thought that like I didn't have room to main deck it, but in case I go against any of those decks, I could side deck it in. Then we have 3 evenly matched to get rid of as many cards as possible on the field, or to bait out a negation. Sometimes you just have to bait out a negation in order to progress the game state. We have 3 Heavy Storm Duster. This is for your heavy back row decks. Pretty straightforward, so I don't really have to explain this too much. 3 Appointer of the Red Lotus. This helps you just look at your opponent's hand and take whatever you need from it. That way you can just continually play and not worry about what your opponent is going to do next. Then the last 3 slots you can utilize in whatever way you choose. Right now I am testing these 3 particular cards. I bounce back and forth between these 3 and a few other cards too. But we have 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance and 1 Imperial Order. So I either bounce back and forth between playing these 3 in particular, or I'll play 3 Strike or 3 Judgment, depending on whether or not I know what the tournament is going to look like or what I'm seeing a lot of online. It's just overall really solid. So I think that you can flop back and forth, but this is really good against you know, your Lightning Storms, your Sky Striker decks, any kind of Pendulum based deck as well, spell heavy stuff. So it definitely gives you more options. But that is the side deck, the extra deck, and the main deck for my Traptrix deck that I have been trying out lately. Really fun deck to play. Like I said, it's not overly competitive, but you guys will definitely enjoy it if you enjoy playing something different and interesting. It's not a high ceiling deck. There's not a lot of excessive thinking that goes on. Basically just figure out how to stun your opponent and then OTK them with Utopia the Lightning. That's basically what the deck does. But I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you think, and make sure you smash that subscribe button. And for right now, this is Team Yugi Feels signing out.